Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're looking at artists who continued performing live while knowing how close they were to the end.
Long ago, we left it shadowed.
Bob Marley, an icon not just of reggae, but also of Jamaica as a whole. Bob Marley's music and message continue to resonate more than 40 years after his death.
To make everything come true, we got to be together.
In 1977, the musician was diagnosed with melanoma under his right big toenail. Though his doctors advised amputation, he refused.
He loved football, so I think the thought of having his toe amputated was just unacceptable to him.
He continued performing around the world. In September 1980, he collapsed during a jog in Central Park, later learning his cancer had spread. His final concert was 2 days later in Pittsburgh. The remainder of the tour was canceled, and he sought alternative medicine treatments for his illness. He passed away on May 11, 1981, at age 36.
He did it. He did it. And that was the last time we performed on stage together.
Eva Cassidy, renowned for her remarkable soprano voice. Eva Cassidy's fame grew considerably in the years following her tragically short life.
What's gonna trouble the world?
In 1993, a malignant mole was removed from Cassidy's back. 3 years later, she experienced an intense, prolonged pain in her hip. She then learned that her cancer had spread to her lungs and bones.
In her death, she's become even more famous, and people just love her voice.
Cassidy's final public appearance was that year at a benefit concert in her honor at the Bayou in Washington, D.C., which she closed with an emotional rendition of What a Wonderful World. She died on November 2nd, 1996, at age 33.
What a wonderful world.
Gourd Downey. As frontman and lyricist of the Tragically Hip, Gourd Downey was true Canadian music royalty.
That night in Toronto, with its checkerboard.
Though his Canada-centric songwriting might have limited their appeal outside of their home country, that didn't really matter, given how adored they were there. When news broke in 2016 that Downey had been diagnosed with terminal brain cancer, fans were devastated.
It's my difficult duty today to tell you that Gourd Downey's brain tumor is incurable.
But the band continued touring, with their final tour chronicled in the documentary Long Time Running. Due to memory issues from his illness, Downey had to use multiple teleprompters during the band's final shows. Their last concert was held on August 20th, 2016, and simulcast live to millions. Downey also performed some solo concerts afterward, before passing away on October 17th, 2017, at the age of 53.
No dress rehearsal. This is our life.
Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy Buffett's music is imbued with a carefree, good vibe spirit, and one that's provided comfort to many during times of sadness and stress.
Wasted away again in Margaritaville.
Though Buffett died following a 4-year battle with Merkel cell carcinoma, a rare skin cancer, he continued performing and touring steadily during those years.
Merkel cell is the least common of these more aggressive or malignant cancers. They're diagnosed probably 3,000, 3,500 cases a year, so not a very common skin cancer.
He didn't disclose his illness, but he did have to cancel some shows due to health issues. His final performance was an impromptu concert on June 2, 2023 at Sunset Cove, a restaurant in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. He passed away on September 1, 2023 at age 76.
What a moment. What a life.
Gregg Allman. In some ways, it's remarkable that Gregg Allman lived for as long as he did.
I'll be strong, so just ain't my cross to bear.
The founding member of the Allman Brothers Band's life was complicated by his substance use disorder, particularly alcohol.
I went through a long period of my life of drinking. I mean, serious drinking.
In 2007, Allman was diagnosed with hepatitis C. The following year, tumors were found in his liver, requiring a transplant. However, he was diagnosed with liver cancer just 2 years later in 2012. Though Alman was told he had between 12 and 18 months left, he lived for longer than predicted and continued recording and performing. His final performance was on October 29, 2016 in Atlanta as part of the Laid Back Festival. He passed away on May 27, 2017 at age 69. Toby Keith. With hits spanning the 90s, 2000s, and 2010s, Toby Keith was a true country music legend.
Red Solo Cup, I fill you up, let's have a party.
In June 2022, Keith broke news of his stomach cancer diagnosis at the end of the previous year. Though he understandably didn't perform very much in his final years, the times he did were very poignant.
Yeah, many moons I have lived.
His final TV performance was at the inaugural People's Choice Country Awards at the Grand Ole Opry, where he was also honored with the Country Icon Award. In December 2023, Keith played 3 sold-out concerts at Las Vegas's Dolby Live at Park MGM. He passed away on February 5th, 2024, at age 62.
Don't let the old man in.
Tammy Terrell. Best known for her incredible duets with Marvin Gaye, young vocalist Tammy Terrell seemed poised for decades of musical success.
'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough.
This became far less certain in 1967 when she collapsed into Gaye's arms during a concert. Though she was initially diagnosed with exhaustion, it was later revealed to be something far more serious. A brain tumor. She continued performing while also undergoing numerous surgeries in hopes of saving her life.
My love is alive, way down in my heart, although we're miles apart.
Sadly, Terrell's health troubles persisted, and by 1969, she had to stop performing for good. She died on March 16, 1970, at age 24.
Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you. To you.
Warren Zevon. One of the most idiosyncratic songwriters of his era, Warren Zevon's lyrics were as rich in detail as they were in heart and humor. In August 2002, the beloved artist announced he had been diagnosed with mesothelioma, a rare cancer associated with exposure to asbestos. A regular guest on David Letterman's talk shows, Zevon's final performance and public appearance was on The Late Show.
Hoist the mainsail, here I come.
This was not just a performance of a single song. Rather, practically, the whole show was an ode to Zevon, who performed 3 songs and was interviewed, delivering this timeless advice.
You're reminded to enjoy every sandwich.
Zevon passed away on September 7, 2003, at age 56. Aretha Franklin, the undisputed queen of soul. Aretha Franklin was still performing up until the very end.
Before the day I met you, life was so unkind.
While time had taken somewhat of a toll on her powerhouse vocals, she was still able to wow a crowd. However, medical issues required her to cancel shows at various points over the years. For years, there had been speculation that she had been fighting pancreatic cancer, which her family confirmed upon her passing. Her final performance, on November 17, 2017, at Elton John's yearly AIDS Foundation Gala, was described by John himself as phenomenal. Though Franklin was visibly unwell, she still managed to pull off a jaw-dropping curtain call.
You hear great singers perform often, but it's I'd call it soul piercing because you really feel it all the way down to your soul.
Franklin passed away on August 16, 2018, at age 76.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Glen Campbell. In 2011, just a few months after announcing he would be embarking on a final goodbye tour, country music icon Glen Campbell broke the news of his diagnosis with Alzheimer's disease.
This indicates that in all likelihood, your difficulties are due to Alzheimer's disease.
Despite this, he continued on with his tour, performing with a band made up of family members and delivering shows overflowing with emotional resonance.
I hear you singing in the wire.
While Campbell had some performance difficulties, his voice was still in great shape. The tour lasted over a year, beginning in Toronto and ending in Napa, with 148 concerts performed.
I'm still here, but yet I'm gone.
Campbell passed away on August 8, 2017, at age 81.
I'm not gonna miss you.
Have you ever seen an artist perform live when they knew they were dying? Let us know in the comments.
Not gonna miss you.